Without a doubt, the Akatsuki is probably the most popular anime villain group. Because everybody knows what the Akatsuki is, and everybody liked them. I mean, I doubt I have ever seen anybody who doesn't like the Akatsuki. At least one member. I mean, you gotta like one of them. They're really cool. They're very badass, to be honest. And they're very powerful. I mean, wouldn't you be intimidated if you just walk over there and you just see a group of like 8 people walking with their bunch of cloaks and those really cool hats? I mean, I know I would. So, today we're gonna be talking about the 10 Naruto characters who could easily beat the Akatsuki by themselves. So why don't we go ahead and get started. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the GKL Nerd Talk, and on this video we're going to be talking about the top 10 Naruto characters who could beat the Akatsuki by themselves. But before we get started, I just want to ask you guys to please like the video because it helps so freaking much, and also subscribe to the channel because we're in the road to 1K subscribers by the end of 2020. 2020 has been a horrible year, but hopefully we're going to be able to do something good. Leave a comment down below if you agree with my list, if you don't. But without further ado, let's get started. Before we get started, I just want to tell you guys that this list is not in any particular order whatsoever. I just put them in any order over here because I know every single character can beat them, and I just didn't want to put them in order. So why don't we go ahead into number 10. Number 10 on our list, we have Sasuke Uchiha. Yes, Sasuke is probably the most powerful Uchiha, if not the most powerful Uchiha out there, taking into consideration his most powerful form where he has the rinnegan, the Sharingan, and he also has the Supreme Susanoo, which very intimidating, my guy. And considering that he also had the power of all 9-tailed beasts at once against Naruto. So Sasuke is pretty strong. So without a doubt, Sasuke is definitely one of the members who can beat the Akatsuki. I mean, we've seen a plenty of fights with him and some members. I mean, he is very strong. He beat Itachi, and Itachi's in the top of the members of the Akatsuki. So wouldn't be hard to see him beating maybe Hayden or Deidara. Those don't stand a chance against Sasuke if we're talking about Sasuke from right now. If we're talking about Sasuke from Boruto and the 4th Great Ninja War. So Sasuke is without a doubt another character that would easily beat the Akatsuki. The only one that could give him a challenge is maybe Pain or Nagato, but other than that, they can't get on his level. Number 9 on the list, we have Minato Namikaze, the 4th Hokage, or Naruto's dad. So the man's a beast. Let's just get that out of the way. The man's a beast, especially with the kyuubi cloak. He is just unstoppable. He's very famous for defeating armies of enemies by himself because of his teleportation jutsu, how fast he can be. So, without a doubt, I think he would beat the Akatsuki, but he would have some challenges. So, Hayden, Zetsu, Sasori, and Kakuzou would lose to him. That's just a no-brainer. I think Deidara and Conan would give him like kind of a harder time, and Itachi and Kisame would be really hard for them, but I don't think they would get into his level. Comparing how he used the Kurama cloak such as Naruto, and Naruto did beat Itachi as an Edo Tensei, so I think Minato could actually end up beating Itachi by himself. Maybe Kisame could also be by himself. I think both of them can, like, if Kisame and Itachi were together, Minato wouldn't stand a chance. But if they were separate, he could definitely beat them. That's why I'm not counting. If the whole Akatsuki was together, I bet all these characters, only some of them would be able to beat them. But if they're by yourself, these characters can beat them easily. Number 8 on our list, we have Kabuto Yakushi. Yes, Kabuto makes it into this list. Yes, Kabuto is a very underestimated character, but he's very dangerous and very powerful opponent. Let me explain why he would beat the Akatsuki. First of all, he can make a whole army of Edo Tensei. So basically, he can bring back all the Kages, he can bring back anyone he wants, and just boom, destroy the Akatsuki. Really, that's all he has to do. And he also did beat Itachi before. The only reason he did lose was because Sasuke came in and helped Itachi out. And before you guys say, oh, Itachi was just protecting Sasuke. No. There's a bunch of times where Sasuke actually saves Itachi from Kabuto. That proves how powerful Kabuto is. He's just very underestimated because a lot of people think he's weak. But no, he can bring back all the Kages and easily beat the Akatsuki. He can just make a whole army of people. There you go. There's no way the Akatsuki would stand a chance. Maybe Deidara would maybe like stand kind of a chance because he can like blow away the enemies. And another thing that he did was that he actually put Itachi and Sasuke in a genjutsu. So he's a force that you really don't want to mess with. He's just very underestimated because he didn't appear as much. When he did, his acts weren't like that. impressive, I guess you could say. Number 7 on the list, we have Killer B. Yes, Killer B is a very strong character, yes, but I think he would be one of those characters who would almost lose, kinda, because, don't get me wrong, Killer B is actually very strong, but not to the point where he can beat the whole Akatsuki easily. He's not that strong. He did fight Kisame before, and Kisame did have an advantage because Killer B had to protect these 2 other people who were over there. So I guess Kisame had an advantage on that, but in the end, Killer B actually almost beat Kisame after Might Guy beat him. You guys know how the story goes, you know. But Killer B is actually a very strong person. He's also the Jinchuriki for the 8-tailed beast, and I think some of the Akatsuki members would fall to the Killer B's hand, definitely, because, I mean, Deidara, Conan, all those other Sasori, Kakuzou, all of those would definitely lose. I think the ones who could kind of stand a chance are like Itachi, Kisame, Pain, Nagato, all of those, they would stand a chance. Just one thing I want to note on this list is that I'm not counting Obito, because Obito by himself could just clap anyone. Like, he's a Jinchuriki of the 10 tails. He was actually, but he was the Jinchuriki of the 10 tails. So if you want, he could wipe out the Akatsuki. That's why he is on this list, but you guys don't know what point. But he can wipe out anybody. So that's why I'm not counting Obito right here. Number 6 on our list, we have Gaara. Yes, the 5th Kazekage. I'm pretty sure he's the 5th. He makes it into this list, and he's another character that barely beats the Akatsuki. He will definitely beat some of them easily, I guess you could say. Like Hayden and Zetsu would definitely lose to Gaara. Even though Hayden is immortal, I bet Gaara could figure something else. I feel like Kakuzou would maybe give him a harder time, but not really enough to like make him lose. Deidara and Conan would just instantly like lose, because as we saw, Gaara almost beat Deidara in the anime, and Kisame and Conan would probably give him a little bit of a harder time. So I don't know if he can beat someone in the Nagato, Pain, Itachi level, because that's a very harder fight. But we did actually see Gaara kinda fighting Nagato, and he didn't win, but you could see that he can hold his place. He's not gonna completely lose and die, but if he wants, he can run away. But I don't think he's in the level of beating someone that's powerful in Nagato. I feel like he's a character that can like maybe hold his ground, wait for backup, and then run away or something like that. I don't know, but I don't think he's in the level of beating the whole Akatsuki easily. But if he's smart, he can. 5th spot on our list, we have Hashirama Senju. Yes, the first Hokage makes it into this list for his massive strength and power. His attacks are really deadly, and you probably don't want to get in the way of his attacks. Kakuzou actually has a history with Hashirama, and he probably doesn't want to get humiliated again by the first Hokage, because that doesn't feel good. I bet that doesn't feel good, getting humiliated by the first Hokage. So yeah, I don't think Kakuzou would want to mess with Hashirama. The other people, without a doubt, would just die by his hands or like get defeated by his hands. Maybe Itachi and Kisame would give him a harder time, but still would get beat by them. Nagato versus Hashirama would be a very interesting fight to see, but I don't think it's a fight that Nagato could pull out easily. Maybe Nagato has a chance, but I think Hashirama is like up there. He can beat them definitely. 4th place in our list, we have Might Guy. Yes, Might Guy, Kakashi's friend, makes it into this list because with the 7th gate open, he actually was able to defeat Kisame, which is one of the most powerful, most buff shark boy in the Akatsuki. Remember, he is our little shark boy from Naruto. He makes it, and Might Guy defeated him with the 7th gate open. So I think it's pretty safe to say that a lot of them would fall to his hands. If they were together, maybe that would give him a harder time. But if you consider that he actually did defeat the 7 swordsmen of the mist, he can hold his ground, you know. Itachi versus Might Guy would be like a cool thing, but if Might Guy has his gates open, he can go very quick and just defeat Itachi, because Itachi wouldn't have time to activate his genjutsu, because we know when he has all the gates open, doesn't have the weights on his leg, this man goes fast. So I think he can definitely, he has a safe spot. He can beat the Akatsuki. Number 3 on our list, we have Kakashi Hataki. Yes, Kakashi does make it into this list, and he's one of the definitely most powerful village leaf ninjas. I don't know why I just said it like that, but he's the most powerful, one of the most powerful ninjas in the Hidden Leaf Village. With his arsenal, it's not hard to imagine him beating the Akatsuki. I mean, he has a Susanoo, he has a Kamui, he has the double Sharingan actually, so wouldn't be really hard seeing him beating the Akatsuki. Itachi and him would be an interesting fight. He could probably beat Kisame because Might Guy did, and they're I would say my guy is not in the same level as Kakashi, but so I would say Kakashi would win against Kisame. Everyone else wouldn't stand a chance. I don't know if you could beat Nagato, but Kakashi would have a really high chance. Number 2 on our list, we have Naruto Uzumaki. I mean, he's pretty obvious he would be on this list. Naruto did fight countless of the Akatsuki members and did beat them. Even the strongest one, Obito, he beat him in a way, but yeah, Naruto would definitely, especially with his new forms and stuff, the 66 path mode, there's no way anyone in the Akatsuki could beat him. Maybe the tiniest chance that Nagato could, but it's the tiniest chance that he could, but it wouldn't happen. We all know that wouldn't happen, so Naruto would definitely win, mostly because of his talk no jutsu, or maybe because he's just a protagonist and we know he's gonna do something. Number 1 on our list, you guys been waiting for, of course, is Obito Uchiha. Obito makes it into this list, as I said in the beginning of the video. Obito is one of the most powerful, he is the most powerful Akatsuki member, especially with his Jinchuriki form. He can go beast mode. He can just clap anyone in the Akatsuki. You can't change my mind. Obito can definitely beat someone from the Akatsuki. So this is really my reasoning for Obito, because his Jinchuriki mode, he's really unstoppable. The only one who might stand a chance, either Nagato or Itachi. Maybe Itachi can put him in the Genjutsu, but I find that hard to believe, to be honest. So I think Obito is definitely one of those up there. Not his orange Toby form or his other form where it's actually just Obito Uchiha. No, I think his Jinchuriki form, because we're trying to take the character's most strongest forms, Obito Uchiha Jinchuriki mode would definitely beat the Akatsuki. Put in the comments down below, what did you think of my list? Did you agree with me? Did you not agree with me? Do you think other characters should be in this list? Should I maybe do a part 2 of this video with your characters? Comment down below who you think could beat the Akatsuki, because I feel really confident with my list. Comment down below if you think my characters can beat the Akatsuki. If they can't, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.